Welcome back, YouTube world. This is always, of course, your guy, Sealz the man. And in this video, I will let you know the 4 signs of a stellar man. And on this channel, I talk about understanding the mind of a good man, how we work, how we think, what makes us tick. And if you don't know, now you know. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all those good things, and let's get straight to it. The first sign of a stellar man is that he does not link your looks to your attraction. And not all attraction is created equally. I am here to tell you that there are different levels to attraction. I remember this one prank video I saw and it was hilarious, but it taught me something on a deeper level. I think it was one of those April Fool jokes, those those videos, and it was a roommate of a roommate. So what he did was he got a whole bunch of onions, right? And he covered them in candy apple syrup. So if you didn't know, if you weren't him, you would think that these onions were candy apples, even though they weren't, because onions have the similar size to apples, so it was hard to tell. So his roommate came home and he bit into one of the apples and realized it wasn't an apple. By the way, that is a classic prank. I wrote it down for future use. But it showed me something on a deeper level. His roommate, the victim, soon found out that the contents of that sweet looking delicious candy apple was not what he expected at all. And that leads me to telling you the 2 types of attraction: superficial and actual. You see, superficial is the shiny embellishment, the gloss that was added to that candy apple. You see, this kind of attraction is designed to catch the eye of any potential observers that might be interested in that thing. It is a temporary catch, but stellar men are not impressed by that alone. Yeah, that might catch our eye, beauty is beauty. But once we acknowledge that beauty, our minds are already on to the next level: actual attraction. You see, this attraction shows what's inside of that candy apple, to show if it's really an apple. Your personality, what makes you, you. You see, this is the attraction that matters to stellar men. And you'll find the opposite in a guy who wants the opposite. You see, stellar men want you, not the you that you present with your added looks. The second sign of a solid stellar man is that we listen more than we talk. Stellar men would rather listen to you, hear you out, be your confidant in place of venting, listen and fully understand you. What we do not like to and won't do is overspeak you, talk over you, get the last word, make their opinion louder than your facts. Stellar men want to comprehend you and comprehend the situation at hand so that we may find a solution. This type of man knows drama is cancerous, that problems do no good, and that the lack of progress equals the lack of happiness, that not going forward equates to going backwards, even if you're standing still. Especially in your spiritual life. I promise you, your life will be so much richer if you just minimize your mouth sometimes and just listen. I mean, just listen with your eyes, man. Just look at the signs. We, stellar men, also understand that listening brings education. You will always learn more listening than you will talking. And stellar men know this. They understand this, for their thirst of knowledge is infinite. Number 3, this is a good one. The stellar man avoids arguing the wrong way. That might sound weird too, I understand. I'm gonna break it down. Point A of this is the stellar man does not argue with fools. There's a really good quote, and it goes, "Never argue with a fool. Onlookers may not be able to tell the difference." That hit me here. That hit me here and here. It's like, ooh, that's a bar. Because if you think about it, it is so true. Men with their heads in the right place know where to invest their energy and their emotions. And we know that everyone is not worthy of witnessing those things. And we also know that wasting your thoughts on a fool is not only non-productive, but dangerous. And be careful with the ones who think they have power over you because they believe you care. And arguing with a fool makes him or her believe that you care enough. We ain't about that life. Point B of this is that stellar men do not argue to win. I'm sure y'all been in a lot of situations where you're in the argument, starts off small, you know, mid-tone voice. Then you just going back and forth, and each back and forth volley, no one wants to admit they're wrong, so they're just going back and forth. No one's listening, they're just talking. Then you lose the whole purpose of the argument. And you see, stellar men do not do that. You see, we are skilled in composure, and we're mature enough to understand that raising our voice does not make us more right. Now, don't get me wrong. It's always possible to slip up and go beyond ourselves. I mean, because we are human, nonetheless. You see, in the world of arguing, a mature man knows when to wave the white flag, and it does not make us a loser. And this can go for anybody, but giving up on an argument that is going nowhere is a great method to gain your peace. And a lot of times what you need to look out for is that an immature man will argue with you because he's battling something on his inside. He doesn't understand how to communicate what's going on his inside. So one of the ways to express himself is to argue with you, even though you have nothing to do with it. Number 4, piggybacking off of that exact last point, a stellar man will admit when he's wrong. Men place a lot of pressure on themselves to be the best man they could be, for their families, to uphold the responsibilities of being a legit man, being the ultimate protector of their loved ones, making sure they're worthy of their responsibilities. But sometimes we can place so much internal pressure on ourselves that the gravity of that collapses on us. But this is the thing that people need to understand, both men and women. Being a man, being the ultimate man, does not mean you are perfect. It means you take accountability of being perfectly imperfect. Accountability, such a necessity. Being accountable and saying you're sorry and really meaning it takes a lot of courage. But knowing you are wrong and not fessing up is the complete opposite of a stellar man, because that is a childish trait. So overall, I want you to understand the point that stellar men with their heads on their shoulders correctly, men who were raised right and still doing right, do not create problems for you. They do not drag you through problems. They do not make problems an excuse. I mean, we just don't like problems. Stellar men will always try to find a solution. We will always try to make your life better and those around us. And it's not like we do this for a front. Like, we actually take pride in this because it's not a trend, it's a lifestyle. So after listening to Sealz the Man, I hope these 4 traits of a stellar man will help you detect one on your own. Yes, I understand that it seems like this world is infested with bad things, bad people, bad men, as if they are the majority. But I promise you they are not. But as always, thank you for always coming back and listening to my Sealz talk, Sealzisms, and rocking with your guy. Peace and blessings to you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.